Why is this the assumption? Oh, he's just going to get pardoned infinitely. Well, I guess a murderer could just murder someone all the time because the president has the power to pardon him infinitely, right? Like, no one would ever accept that argument in any other case. Like, this is stupid. Why being logically consistent is that word and irrelevant.
But you can easily get that information now and throw it out there, and he can get publicly condemned. Like that also is a thing that you could do. Pardoning doesn't like stop public condemnation.
Yeah, but what if you get to
publicly condemning somebody doesn't do anything, and it doesn't help investigators.
It does do something. No one likes to be publicly condemned. Like, what are you saying? If you're known as like the person that did very bad thing, and a lot of people think that's a very bad thing, and you go out into the world and you want to like buy something, and then someone sees that, oh, aren't you that guy that's associated with that really bad thing? I don't know if I'm gonna like say, give you this money or give you this product or give you this service. Like, what do you mean nothing happens? Like, obviously something happens. Obviously the Democrats are having a really hard time trying to say good Israel, but also we need to help Palestinians. Like, they can't fix that. Do I really want to continue making content about this guy? Because it's almost like he was kind of rage baiting me a little bit to respond. We'll play it because it hurts though. But by the way, hold up. Before we do anything, what's going on here? Why are we only at 1080p? Bro, I stream at 2K. Why is this so blurry?
I feel like our system is like the best in the world. Like, we're able to have the elite, and then we're also able to have the Trumps of the world.
Like, this is an example. Like, how are you juxtaposing? We can have the elites, and then we can have Donald Trump.
I'm juxtaposing that because we have such a diverse, like, we're able to have both of them and still have a country that works and functions with these two extremes, and our country still works. Like, Trump's gonna leave, and then we're gonna have another president. Like, the normal flow of how this country works is gonna keep going. But we're able to have these like very polarizing people within power doing, I guess, polarizing, not necessarily a bad thing, but polarizing type of like policies, but yet the framework of the country is still here. Like, we're still doing our thing. We're still pretty much like, there's a little bit of I guess, like, we had a little hit on our economy, but we bounced back so freaking fast that no one even talks about it anymore. Like, I was like, oh, remember the tariffs? Yeah, and what's the aftermath of that again? Well, we don't want to talk about the aftermath. Let's talk about what happened then. Remember when your 401k went down so freaking much? Yeah, I did. I saw that. And then I looked at my 401k like 2 weeks later, and I saw that it rebounded basically right back up to where it was. So, like, obviously they're going to course correct. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, everyone keeps saying, oh, the tariffs were the most worst thing that possibly could happen. And where are we now? Like, we had tariffs. Where are we now? It's not like Biden came into office and fixed everything. Nope.
Worse nary. It's just practice. Hold the line. Winky face.
Yeah. It's just practice. Yeah. But that's the, like, I'm juxtaposing them because you could see that we have two different extremes here. So
the guy who like fucking has a gold-plated toilet. Donald Trump is the elites. Donald Trump is the swamp. That you're trying. Like,
I guess you could call Donald Trump an elite, but he's not. I mean, I guess you could say he's the swamp, but he's not in the same swamp that the Democratic elites are in. Like, obviously, the Democrats are having a really hard time trying to say good Israel, but also we need to help Palestinians. Like, they can't fix that. Like, you saw Kamala's response when she didn't give the most utmost response, best response for the whole Gaza stuff, and how the Democratic base reacted to it, voting in Jill Stein instead. Man, that was wild. I forget why I brought that up specifically, but let's keep going.
How did we set the and Grok's not even pushing back against this.
But I'm very sympathetic towards Trump because of all of the negative coverage that he got for his first term, and all of the like. When I was really young, so I wasn't really paying attention to it. But
all of it was true. He went on to debate Destiny over whether or not it was true, over whether or not the characterizations of Donald Trump's first term were fair. They
weren't. And despite me not paying attention, I still got the general basis. I even said it in this clip. Maybe he's watching this live and he didn't actually know that I was going to say that afterwards, but still put it inside the beginning of the in the clip. So like, I'm not going to accuse him of clip chimping. Maybe he just didn't realize he should have let the thing played out a little bit more, and you would have saw it. Oh, this is live because you can see the freaking little red dot there, which means because obviously this isn't the end of the video. There's way more video. I remember this specifically. But anyways, like, wait, go back a little bit.
He went on to debate Destiny over whether or not it was true, over whether or not the characterizations of Donald Trump's first term were fair in the Russia thing, and he didn't know anything about it. And it's, you don't even...
At the time, yes. At the time, I didn't really know anything about it. All I knew was that Trump was bad because everyone hated him for some reason. Everyone thought he was a joke, but he still won. That was my main point when I was bringing that up. It doesn't really have anything to do with the overall debate. I know he's trying to be like, oh, he didn't even know? Like, in this entire debate, you went to debate some guy and you didn't even know this? I'm like, no, I mean, I'm literally talking about at the time, like a couple like years ago, during when that was going on. I wasn't paying attention. Obviously, I looked in, I know more now. But it's a little bad faith view to assume it in the most negative way possible. Maybe not the most negative way possible, but that's not a terrible response to what I was saying at all. Like, you could easily see that I was talking about at the time when I was at, like, you can obviously see that. Like,
I don't even know if they mistreated him. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube.
At least you talked unlike his panel on which, winky face.
On which? On Wick. I mean, I know what you mean. But you know what? I was also very quiet as well when I went on Wick's panel one time. But like, then again, this guy, he obviously does more content than I do. Like, he's continuously making stuff. So he should be more used to kind of like springing up stuff. Not sure. Don't really look at this guy's stuff too much because I feel like that one debate that I had with him, it felt like a bad faith type of thing. So I wasn't really. I was kind of like, do I really want to continue making content about this guy? Because it's almost like he was kind of rage baiting me a little bit to respond.
It's not worth it. The best bit is Fabian saying over and over to Hutch, "Do you know what an argument? LOL."
All right. But yeah.
YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Rinyald. And if you disagree with anything in the video, make sure you join the Discord and we can have a chat sometime. Okay, so last night, I think it was last night. Wick hosted a panel with Destiny, or like a gauntlet thing with Destiny, where he would basically take call-ins, and one of the people scheduled for the call-ins was this guy named Mr. WhyzGuy. Okay.
Why? What? I don't get it. Is this like?
Where's Neri?
Why does he talk?
Sorry. What an argument is, I meant.
Oh yeah, no, oh no, I knew what you meant. You weren't asking me specifically. I know. Yes. Okay.
This dude is like a absolutely crazed Destiny hater. Like, half of his fucking videos are about this dude. I've debated him twice before, and those debates did not go super duper pooper well. Do you think if he believes that Jews are pushing dialectical hatred against white people, that is anti-Semitic?
I'm not. I can't do clip chimps right now. I can't do clip chimps right now. Let me go back. Oh, this was the Grok debate with the Grok guy. Not gonna lie, the Grok guy, he is a debate bro guy, but I think he is actually, well, at least to me, he seems good faith. The Grok guy, he kind of plays a little bit of a silly game, but he's not terrible. Like, if you understand him and you kind of like give him his like bones and stuff, he can. I mean, it's the issue is that I don't know. Sometimes it feels like he's not really listening to me or listening to or doesn't really care about my feelings on how the system should work. And he's more interested in saying how he thinks the system should work and how his system, like, he's kind of arrogant in that type of way. But I don't really, and that comes off like really annoying towards like a lot of people. But I know some people, I personally, I don't really care. I kind of want to Like I'm not trying to change his mind on the conversation. It's more like I'm trying to like, all right, I understand how you feel. Now, can you understand how these guys feel? Because I feel like people are gonna have their opinions. It's not really worth changing their mind. Well, I mean, I don't really know the guy, so like I don't really have
Where's
a
Neri?
lot of
I did enjoy it when you went off on him that time.
a little bit. And he actually received it pretty well, which I'm not really used to going off on people, but I need to get better at doing that because I should have done that with Destiny a little bit. Because what I should have done in that debate is what I didn't do because I was hella nervous. Is I should have went off on the whole point of like, why are you now starting to push these conspiracy theories when for years you were making fun of conservatives of like not of believing only conspiracy theories? Like this kind of like, don't you see the contradiction here? I really wish I would have pushed that a little bit more because I did kind of say it, but in like in the most nicest way possible, which I should have been more. I'm very anti-conflict, which it's boring to be anti-conflict. I need to be more, I guess, anti-conflict. So
Where's Neri?
Yeah, you know.
Pascio. Comes over well, but you stood up and did it, more than most.
Yeah.
Extraordinary things, and I think the president of the United States working behind the scenes to pardon people and to work with people and to pressure people. I think all of those pieces of evidence are all known. Usually we would have to work really hard to uncover these, but Trump does it out in the open, like with the Ukraine thing, like making the phone call. We have the 47-minute conversation with Giuliani asking Zelensky, say, can you please publicly announce an investigation into Hunter Biden? I know you have no evidence, but please just announce this. We can just listen to a phone call. That's an extraordinary piece of evidence, and normally you would get declassified 60 years later. You know.
Yeah, I guess. But I really
very, very freaking. I can't listen to myself. I can't. Let me just go to the Grok thing.
Yeah, but Destiny did. Like I said that you could like what if you get pardoned, you can just easily go into an investigation, and then they don't need to plead the fifth if they don't want to. Like they won't get they can't get prosecuted for it and thrown into jail, but they can definitely get investigated and they can talk about it. Like I would.
This is something that was brought up during the debate with Destiny that Destiny responded to. He said, yeah, well, doesn't pleading guilty remove your ability to plead the fifth? And it's like, okay, what happens if they either lie to investigators or they just try to plead the fifth anyway, or they don't cooperate with investigators, or they don't cooperate with a subpoena? Oh, well, they get found guilty of, I think that's a contempt charge. Okay, that's federal. You just get pardoned again. That's not actually addressing anything.
Wait a sec, hold up. You could just get pardoned again, but what if it's a different like president that has different like beliefs? Like, yeah, they can just get pardoned, but that's underneath the discretion of the president. Like, what, are they just going to get pardoned like every single time people investigate them? Like, that's not, like, pardons are very, very rare to happen. And are you going to pardon, like, well, I mean, I guess now we've, ever since Joe Biden pardoned his son, now Trump's like, well, I guess we can pardon all the January 6 people now. So I guess we did do a massive blanket pardoning recently, but like that's unprecedented. But now we just made it like a thing that we can do now. That's okay. We made it president.
It'd be easy, but that's kind of just dismissed as like a cute little legal theory. And I'm like, but that's something you could easily do though. Like there's no reason not to do that. It doesn't matter if it's never been tried.
And plus, what if it's what if it's beneficial to them? Like, why would they want to go forward with information if they are getting pardoned and coasting by now? What they do?
If people,
what benefit do they get from?
If people really,
also, I think this would probably be double jeopardy. No, like if you're trying somebody for the exact same crime after they were found guilty, just so
no. See, this is the issue. People keep thinking, oh, you can't. We're not talking about if you're pardoned something. We're not talking about criminally prosecuting them. We're talking about just doing an investigation, like a January 6th committee, but like for Hunter Biden, right? Just asking questions, bring people on for hearings under oath. And if you lie under oath, well, you can't plead the fifth. So like if you say I want to plead the fifth, you can't. Then your only way out of it is to lie. And if you lie, well, then you get prosecuted for lying, not whether the information you said is criminal or not. Like the information that they're trying to get from you is not criminal anymore because you've been pardoned for it. So we're not talking about a crime at all. Like there's no reason for you to lie. There really isn't. I guess maybe moral condemnation or something. If it's that, like, if you're afraid that you're gonna get morally condemned for the thing that you wanted to plead the fifth on, then obviously the investigation was justified because you were trying to hide something. and you got pardoned for that thing that you were trying to hide. So we're going to get the information on what you were trying to hide. And if you don't want to like see what you did that was potentially criminal, then obviously that just works. But saying, oh, but look, you can have an infinite loop of them. Like, well, how likely is that going to happen? Very, very low. But like, I guess you can use that as an argument. Like, I guess theoretically, yes, but like practically, that's just not gonna happen. Like, we have a president like once every 4 years. Oh, but what if Trump wants to be president forever? Oh, and I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess what if the sun blew up right now? Then all of this doesn't matter right now, right? Like, it's just like hypothetical from one extreme hypothetical to another extreme hypothetical. Like, it's just stupid. It was really dumb. I don't like how Destiny you wrote it off as like a cutesy little thing. I'm like, you can call it cute or whatever, but that's how that works.
They can't, so you can work around a pardon. I'm like 90% sure that's unconstitutional. Like, I don't know what probe, unless you find something else after they already obstructed the first investigation. But I'm like 90% sure that would be unconstitutional.
If people really want to know that Trump campaign like actually colluded with Russia, you could still get that information and then throw it out there like easily.
Not if they destroy it. Not if they obstruct you from getting it.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the pleading the fifth thing, where the guy there's no reason for him to like he can't get prosecuted anymore for any of that information. Yeah. But you can easily get that information now and throw it out there, and he can get publicly condemned. Like that also is a thing that you could do. Pardon doesn't like stop public condemnation.
Yeah, but what if you get to lose?
Publicly condemning somebody doesn't do anything, and it doesn't help investigators. The point is that
it does do something. No one likes to be publicly condemned. Like, what are you saying? What do you mean? Oh, it doesn't do anything. Oh, like, I guess criminally, yes, whatever, but if you're known as like the person that did very bad thing and a lot of people think that's a very bad thing, and you go out into the world and you want to like buy something, and then someone sees that, oh, aren't you that guy that's associated with that really bad thing? I don't know if I'm going to like give you this money or give you this product or give you this service. Like, what do you mean nothing happens? Like, obviously something happens. Meet a new person, want to make friends, want to talk, chill, and do stuff, and go to concerts. We don't like the type of things you do, so I guess we're not going to be friends anymore. Like, that's just like public condemnation is a thing that happens. Like, there's writing it off as like, oh, that doesn't do anything. Like, in the most narrow way possible of like criminal, sure, and that's like a good faith interpretation of what you mean by that. But you're being way too general with that for me to be like charitable with that actual statement.
Can infinitely pardon somebody who's not cooperating with this federal investigation, and you won't get information out of the federal investigation because they're obstructing you. That's a wall that you're putting in front of investigators. The public coming out and condemning them does nothing.
None of your status. What if you get to have all of the political power that you had? And what if you get like, I just don't understand like this idea that like.
I feel like you guys hold the obstruction thing much higher than it needs to be. Like, there's easy ways to get information out.
Every single one of them is so unfathomably illegal. The fact that there's a woman that for that.
How do you get
the same way how they did the January 6th thing? January 6th committee. You just bring up a special person that looks into this stuff. Holy crap. Like, is that like, can a non-criminal investigation happen? Can you investigate something and not have it be criminal? Or is that like is those two things like completely inseparable? Like, is it impossible to do an investigation but also not be criminal at the same time? Like, or maybe it's to find crimes, but like you can't if one of your witnesses.
I think so.
There should be. There's no reason for it not to be a thing. And plus, even if it is for criminal, if you're not like if you're prosecuting this one guy, which, well, if he's pardoned, then you can't prosecute that one guy. But if you're just doing an investigation, like just a normal, yeah, like, yes, that should be true. Like, didn't Obama do something where they were just looking into something for like Trump for the Russia investigation, not actually thinking that there's going to be anything super, like they did an investigation to see if there's any evidence to this, and then when they found evidence, that's when they decided to actually give an actual criminal type of investigation for the whole FBI thing for the first 2 years of Trump's like office thing, to look into like collusion, Russian collusion. So like, yes, that is obviously something that you could do. But yet we keep acting like, oh, this is impossible to do. Like, what? Well, like, this is weird. This is actually kind of weird.
information out of somebody who has the ability to be infinitely pardoned by the fucking president of the United States? How do you get the information out of them? You have no charges to actually use.
Yeah, because we're just assuming that each president is just going to infinitely pardon that guy. Like that's so much of a stretch. Like, do you see how much of a stretch that is? Why is this the assumption? Oh, he's just going to get pardoned infinitely. Well, I guess a murderer could just murder someone all the time because the president has the power to pardon him infinitely, right? Like, no one would ever accept that argument in any other case. Like, this is stupid.
For leverage, you have, like, obviously they're not, of innocent mind. They're not going to tell you out of the goodness of their heart because they already obstructed your first investigation. What pressure could you use legally? Because, I mean, it's not like you could just beat the shit out of them or like threaten them or something. Like, that's not how our legal system works. What legal arm could you use to pressure these people?
I mean, if they lie under oath, then you can prosecute them for...
Yeah, seems a stretch.
Yeah, but, like, if they lie under oath, that's a completely different thing. Like, you can go to jail for lying under oath. But then you'd be like, oh, but the infinite pardoning strategy, where they could just pardon every single time, where they lie and then they get like sent to jail for lying for obstruction, and then which is just stupid. Honestly, this is just stupid. Like, he's going off the basis where we can have this infinite pardoning thing, and it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense. It's just that that's not how the real world works. Also, we have 4 terms, so like, he can be infinitely pardoned until those 4 years are up and then a new president's in. But I guess we'll just assume that, oh, you know what? This president is also sympathetic to this too. So I guess we will have more infinite pardons. Like, this is just retarded, actually. I want to say he's being a little bit, I mean, he's just being unfair to what I'm saying, actually. And just uncharitable at all.
If they know that they can fall back on Trump's pardon power.
That filed case that he got his ass handed to him, it was probably the most embarrassing thing legally coming out of this country. I think it's honestly some of the funniest, like, media produced in the 20th
Oh, but I bet this guy also believes or also thinks that, oh, Trump is going to be like, oh, he's going to be president forever. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, why am I even listening to a guy that thinks that Donald Trump is going to be like actually like legitimately president forever? I bet he would make the more charitable argument that people like him and Destiny would make is, well, Trump wants to. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, Trump also wants like tons of hotels around the country. That doesn't mean shit. Like, oh, he wants to. Oh, okay. I want to go to the moon. Okay. That's great. Good for you. Like, it's not an argument.
Century, because you go through and you read the quotes from this.
Seems like Grok is just rhetoric maxing here, if I'm being honest, but he's not actually pushing back against any of the arguments. He's just kind of making, which is fine. There's space for that, but it just seems like he's I think Grok said the strategy that Democrats should be taking is is mostly just calling Trump a fat retard and then just making conservatives acknowledge that they're voting for a fat retard. And that's kind of that's kind of the strategy that I'm seeing out of him right now.
This guy, he's an idiot. He's a bumbling idiot. He talks like a child. When he's doing things, he gives away the illegality of what he's doing. Like his defense, which is that I can declassify them with my mind, was immediately overshadowed by the very glaring fact that he's announcing in some of these transcripts, I know I shouldn't be showing you this. I could have declassified them, but I didn't. These are the things they didn't show me, and they said they weren't real, but I have them. So he's saying, 1, I have something I shouldn't have. 2, I'm showing you something I shouldn't be showing you. And 3, I'm stupid enough to say all of this out loud, to form it into words, and to put it out there. So I think it's such a beautiful like comedy of errors that we have a leader who's doing this stuff. Like, and the reason that case like went away from him is because the nutter lawyer.
Oh yeah, wait, the whole declassification thing, that was those statements that came out for those things that Grok is talking about specifically, which I really wish I realized this sooner, but I guess maybe I didn't want to like cut him off, but like that happened when Biden was in office. So like we're criticizing this Trump guy not being a normal president under a time when he wasn't even president, as if he's supposed to talk like the expectation is that Trump, like, oh look, he's so dumb, he's talking not like a president at all, but like he's not even president right now, so why should we expect him to be talking like an actual presidential person? But like, it's just, this is kind of weird.
Who was assigned to that case in like this random fucking district was willing to tank her career for it. She got disbarred for dropping that case because she and the way that she did it was this psychotic legal loophole.
Did Cannon get disbarred for that?
Said that the special prosecutors that were appointed to him were like unconstitutional. Nobody has ever contested the special prosecutor. That never fucking happens. So she abused the legal loophole that she got disbarred for trying to abuse. So it was basically just like a political suicide bomb. And it was just to save Trump some breathing room in the media cycle. And he didn't even need it anyway because he just fucking won. It's wild. It's wild. This is all like.
Wait, we're talking about 2016?
No, this was recent. This was
okay.
Like, bro, this is wild.
Also, it doesn't help. This is what I was just talking. I don't know if anybody came from non-fon. This is what I was just talking about with non-fon, where it's like, how do you prep for a debate with somebody who's a fucking idiot? I mean, how do you prep for somebody like that?
Don't be autistic. Which basically you can't. You can't. Actually, this is actually something I think I'm done with this video. I want to watch this. I want to watch this video. Why being logically consistent is that word and irrelevant.